fourth generation firefighter. My great grandpa started our lineage, and then my grandpa, obviously, and my dad, volunteer firefighter. I followed in those footsteps. I was what you would call probably the most, prototypical firefighter that you could imagine. I was in great shape. Sleeve tattoos, the whole kit and caboodle, and what everyone perceived was a healthy individual, professionally and personally. I was dead inside. I was struggling. I was floundering. I was in addiction, pills, alcohol, you name it. It was something that I would dive into regularly to try to escape some of my guilt and shame from the past, and then I would have elements of guilt and shame come up, and that would be current because of that, and I would still numb it with alcohol and pills and other forms of addiction. And at the lowest point, at some point, I laid up in a hotel room in South Houston. One night, I went out before my promotion, and I had convinced my ex-wife to be at the promotion in the morning with my 3 small children to pin my badge on me. And unfortunately, I didn't show up. I overslept. I woke up to 50-something missed calls, and at that time, I knew that I had a problem. I reached out for help, and there wasn't much help back then. And I remember that feeling, that pit in my stomach, that I was probably going to get fired or at least get written up and get held accountable, and that didn't happen. It was more, I essentially got told that it was okay what I did and that people would cover up for me. And that's not the way to go about holding people accountable. And so I found the need for, Ironclad Wellness to come into play, and really start implementing a safety net of resources and people that want to help the helpers, right? And there's usually no better source than those that are, internal, that are fighting alongside of these individuals, than the coworkers, peers, and essentially extended family members of these individuals who serve with the firefighters all together. And so that's the basis for Ironclad. Like any good business, I think people see a struggle, and they don't want people to go through the same struggle that they went through. And so they want to provide a service to make them better.
Great job, Jason.
Yeah.
Ironclad exists to, just repeat that and then finish that sentence. What does Ironclad exist to do?
Ironclad exists to provide first responders with wellness programs, and wellness programs from providers that actually know what they're going through. Several first responders, active first responders, and also combat veterans are on the team, and we're ready and waiting for those interactions because we know that they'll come, and we're prepared for that.
And then Ironclad exists to also talk about fire, police, dispatchers, EMS. So who does Ironclad serve?
Yeah, so Ironclad Wellness serves police, fire, EMS, dispatchers. We're not closed off to any first responder out there. Nurses, we will take care of nurses as well. Just need to make the phone call, and we can set up an appointment, and we can get those talks underway. It's extremely important, and it's extremely beneficial to your organization.